If you want to be able to play like this, then you better know how to read sheet music. Hi, my name is Diego Tangasi. I have over 10 years of experience playing the piano. I have participated in multiple contests and performances throughout my life, and additionally, I took AP Music Theory during high school, so I'm confident to say that I know a thing or two about music. But today, I will be teaching you the basics of reading sheet music in the piano. A little disclaimer before we begin. This tutorial is based on my own skill and experience. This method is not the absolute best for everyone, and I acknowledge that because music can be different for everyone. For instance, one method might be better for someone else. For instance, I myself am better learning by ear, which means I hear a tune and try to replicate it. Now, some other people might want to watch YouTube tutorials or read sheet music their own way, so I acknowledge that this is not a tutorial that might work for all, but it's a good starting point for everyone, since reading sheet music is essential to any musician. With that out of the way, let's go over the requirements. You will need your piano or electronic keyboard, whatever suits you best, and you will need your music sheet. Now, you can do this several ways. Some people like to do it online and find a music sheet on their iPad or computer. Today, I will be using my printed sheet, just because it's easier for me to understand and read. The piece we'll be playing and looking at today is called The Easy Winners by Scott Joplin. Now, before we start reading and playing, there are a couple of essential elements we need to pay attention to before we go right at it. These are the key signature, the time signature, type of clef, and overall structure of the song you are playing. This last step is a little bit difficult to define, as it comes naturally with experience, but it's difficult to understand when you're starting off. First, let's go super basic and go over what notes are what. A key signature changes how we do things. For instance, the C major scale sounds something like this. Pretty common. Now, our scale in our song is A major, which means it has 4 flats and it looks something like this. What our key signature does is that for every A, B, D, or E we see in our music sheet, we have to play them half a step lower, which means instead of playing A like this, we have to go down to A flat, which is this. Now let's take a look at the clefs. Now, as you can see, we have both the treble clef and the bass clef in a piano sheet. This one's for the right hand, this one's for the left one. The bass clef starts with G on its most bottom line and goes up A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and ends with A on the top line. The treble clef starts with E and goes up F, G, A, B, C, D, E, and ends with F. Now let's see about the time signature. Here's our time signature. Our time signature tells us the overall rhythm of the song. In this case, we can see that we have 2 quarter notes every single measure. Now, here's a picture of note values, from a whole note to a 64th note. These are easy to understand, as a whole note is 2 half notes, and 2 quarter notes is 1 half note, and so on and so on. Here we see notes of different time values. And here we see 2 eighth notes, which equal a 4th note. And in here we see 4 16th notes, which equal 2 eighth notes, which equal 1 quarter note, which meets the requirement talked about first in our time signature. Finally, we can touch a little bit on the overall structure of the song. First, let's start with the beginning. In the beginning, we can see that both hands are going to be playing asynchronously, which means at the same time. They're also going to be playing the same tunes, as you can see right here. Same notes are being played in both left and right hands until about this point, where you go a little bit off and you actually start the song. A tip I can give on playing difficult sections of a song would be to separate both left and right hands. That way it's easier to play each part individually and you can get used to the rhythm of each hand individually. We can see the left hand of this piece will have a lot of jumps, from 1 finger to 3, 1 to 3. And it's repeated a lot too. Going from this to this, the same as this to this, not the same as this to this, never mind, but the same this to this, and this to this. So the left hand is going to have a lot of repetition and back and forward motion. Finally, we can look at the right hand. In here, it doesn't seem like it's too difficult. Just 2 notes being played at once, pretty simple. But then it goes off to this. This is really difficult to play because you have to play with 4 fingers almost at the same time. Here is what it sounds like with both left and right hand. I hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you on the next one.